From the studios of WWAY, it's the C.B. McGrath Show. The C.B. McGrath Show is brought to you by your Carolina Ford dealers, Papa John's, Molly Maid, and Harris Teeter. And now, here's your host, Mike Vaccaro.
Well, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Mike Vaccaro here alongside the coach, C.B. McGrath, as we're back talking Seahawk basketball after the holiday break. Hopefully you and yours had a great holiday. Coach, it's right back to basketball here, and plenty to talk about today. We'll talk about a couple of games in Georgia before the break. Conference play underway, and we'll have highlights of that. The big game yesterday against Charleston and Trask Coliseum. Our player profile is Jay Estime here today, and we'll look ahead. Two more conference games coming up. The conference season here is upon us, Coach. But before we talk conference, let's rewind to before the holidays. You get that trip to Georgia. You go back there with 3 Georgia products on this team, and certainly Devontae Kaycock, the big guy there from Riverdale, Georgia, chance to get back home. And 2 tough teams. Georgia State, one of the better teams, maybe the best team in the Sun Belt. Mercer as well. Your thoughts on that trip where you saw some good things. Unfortunately, you didn't get the victories, but some good things came away from those 2 games.
Yeah, I think it was great to get those guys back home. Obviously, Devontae's been a great basketball player here at UNCW, and to let him be back closer to home, playing in front of friends and family, I thought that was very important. And obviously, Jay Estime, just starting his sophomore year in the Sean O'Connelly graduate transfer, so they all got to play in front of friends and family more than they would here in Wilmington. And yeah, some good things happened. We went to the Estime's house, had a great dinner. They hosted us, which was very nice, and spent some time down there. And neither game turned out how we wanted to. I thought we played better in the Mercer game. We made some nice adjustments. Georgia State made a bunch of threes early in that game, and they made some deep shots. And we tried to make runs in the second half, and every time we made a run, they would make a 3 just to sort of stop all the momentum. And then obviously the Mercer game came down to, last possession, tie game, and the guy just sort of dribbled over. He shot it, and he'd played 25 total minutes all season. He had made 1 shot all season, and he went 3 for 3 from 3 and scored 10 points in the 9 minutes he played, and made that big shot, and then we missed our 3 to tie it, and the game was over.
I thought a positive coming away from this was in 2 games, nice play from Jalen Sims as well, your freshman, who's seeing some more minutes now. It looks like he's more comfortable in what's going on there. You have back-to-back games with 12 points. Yeah,
Jalen did a nice job, obviously, back-to-back double-digit scoring, but he's been really active on the defensive end, active on the boards, and those are the things that are really important for all of our wings to do. The more they do that, the more it helps our team. It's not just about scoring, not just about putting the ball in the basket, but we got to have guys fill other roles, and that's on the defensive end, trying to defend as many people as possible without fouling, and then obviously getting on the boards.
So again, it was 2 games in Georgia. Atlanta, the first stop, the Seahawks taking on Georgia State, then Macon, Georgia, UNCW taking on the Mercer Bears, the first meeting with them since 1977. Let's take a look now at highlights from both those games before the holiday break. So again, 2 games down there in Georgia. The first in Atlanta, the Seahawks taking on old CFO Georgia State. You see the final score there, 86-71. Seahawks coach, you did out-rebound the Panthers, but the turnovers in the first half put you guys behind, but certainly had a better second half in this game.
Yeah, we had like 15 or 16 turnovers in the first half. We only had 5 or 6 in the second half. And they played a, sort of a matchup zone, and we hadn't seen one of those all year, and they used their length. And we tried to work against it, amongst ourselves. We can't simulate something that they work on every day. And we didn't do a very good job adjusting to that in the first half and had too many turnovers that led to easy baskets for them, and that's how we got the huge deficit. But we did battle the whole second half. We figured out their zone and did a nice job scoring and obviously out-rebounded them, but they shot a really high percentage. They made a bunch of shots.
86-71 the final score, and then it was off to Macon, Georgia, UNCW, and Mercer. This one on December 21st, right before the holiday break. You see the tight contest there, 77-73, and three-pointers, as you said. Guys came off the bench. A guy who had one all year long, 1 of 7. Hamilton, he had some big ones there, and that became the difference, especially one late in that contest.
Yeah, and sometimes you've played, we played 14 games now. I think at the time Mercer played 12, and they're shooting 30% from 3. And so you got to take the percentage into account when you're scouting them. Obviously, we don't want to give up any open looks. But they were making some tough threes, some deep threes, some guys that hadn't made threes all year, some guys that had maybe made 1 or 2 all year. It wasn't their regulars that were making the shots. And so sometimes that hurts when they have other guys step up. And, that's what we need to have more of on our team, is have some other guys step up when the time calls for it.
Well, that closed out the non-conference slate for UNCW. We'll take a break here. When we get back, we'll talk about the CAA opener for UNCW. It was another thriller inside Trask Coliseum. The Seahawks and the reigning champs at College of Charleston. We'll have those highlights coming up next.
What a year. Your home improvement to-do list still isn't done. But hey, at least you still have time to get the Ford vehicle you've always wanted. Just get to the final days of our holiday sales event. See you sometime between now and January 2nd. Ford, built for the holidays.
Now get 0 for 60 plus $22.50 cash back on Escape, Edge, Explorer, and Expedition. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Gift from Molly made.
Honey, look at all this free time Molly Mae gave us. We could do anything with this time.
Everyone deserves some free time. Call Molly Mae today for your gift of time. 392-3234.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, the Seahawks, after that trip to Georgia, a chance to go home for the holidays, but you come right back after that, Coach, and it's right into conference play here, the second season for both these teams. And, oh, you're playing the reigning champs, College of Charleston, probably the hottest team right now, with 2 of the best players, Grant Riller, Jarrell Brantley. Going into this, what was your game plan against those 2 guys, but making sure you didn't lose focus of the rest of the Charleston players?
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously a really good team. They've now won, I think, 9 in a row, and they're playing well together. They got some guys that play their role, but they also realize that Riller and Brantley are their scorers. They're the guys that get the majority of the looks, they're the guys that get the isolation plays. And so we worked for a couple days, just different things that we were going to try and do when they were running those isolation plays to try and cut down their percentage. They are going to shoot shots. We just have to challenge everything as best we can, make them shoot as difficult a shot as possible. And I thought we did a pretty good job of cutting their percentage down, especially Brantley. You know, Riller had a huge first half, and he was shooting 25% on the year from 3. And he made his first 3 threes and really started feeling good. And so then we tried a couple different things just to try and slow him down, some soft double teams just to get out of his hands. But then everybody starts to scramble around, and they did a nice job in that first half of really adjusting to what we were doing defensively.
Well, doing a nice job for you guys was Devontae Kaycock. He had a double-double in the first half alone in this game. So what was the difference for him? Because it seemed like this was the Kaycock of old that we hadn't seen maybe the last couple of games.
Yeah, you know, we just talked about it when we came back from Christmas that we really need to start getting the ball inside more, putting pressure on the defense. When the ball goes inside, they have to decide, are they going to try and double to get it out? They're going to let them go one-on-one, all those kinds of things. It makes the defense collapse. So then when he passes out, our guys are much more open to shoot the ball. We got some wide open looks in the first half and just didn't knock any of them down. And so sometimes that happens, but I felt good at half knowing that we hadn't made any shots other than Devontae, and we were still in the game. You know, it was an 8-point difference, and Riller had really played well, and we hadn't played that well. So I felt fortunate that I have to only be down 8 and thought that we could really make a run at them like we did in the second half.
Well, certainly this was an entertaining game last night at Trask Coliseum. It had that conference feel to it, as it was the CA opener for both these schools. Let's take a look now at our Reed's Jewelers highlights. Well, a lot of good for UNCW. Unfortunately, the score doesn't go their way. 73-66, the final score. They out-rebound Charleston. How about the assists, Coach? 22 assists that lead to 27 made baskets here. You guys certainly executed well in this contest, but just a couple shots here and there, the difference of this game down the stretch.
Yeah, we really did. You know, obviously, probably our best defensive effort as a team, holding the 39%. But they shot a lot better in the first half, and they only had 9 assists. We had 22 assists on 27 baskets. So executed our stuff. We got the ball where we wanted to, made some shots, and that's what we want to see. Obviously out-rebounded them, but they got a couple of big offensive rebounds sort of late in the game, the last 4 minutes that really hurt us, where they end up scoring. And, that pass from Devontae to Sean, that was a basket that cut it to 1. And then after that, we had a couple turnovers.
Yeah.
We ran our play, late clock play. Brantley switched on to Kai, and Kai started trying to drive it, and Brantley knocked it away, and it went all the way to half court. So we had a shot clock violation as opposed to getting a shot. And then we had to travel late. It happened, 2 turnovers as opposed to getting a shot to see what might happen. But that's what sometimes that's basketball.
Yeah, Charleston ended that game on a 6-0 run here to win this game. But some good coming out of this. As you look at the performances, Kaycock, 27 points and 19 rebounds. So a double-double for him, his 8th of the season. He also gets to 1,000 rebounds with this. So the 3rd Seahawk in school history with 1,000 points, 1,000 rebounds in his career. A double-double for Kai Taves. He had 12 points and 14 assists. So one shy of the school record for the 2nd time this season as well. That's his 3rd double-double. So again, some good individual performances, good team performance. The Seahawks right there until the very end. They fall short, 73-66, the final score. 1 game into the conference season, 17 more games still to come. So a lot of basketball obviously to be played in the conference. We'll take another break here when we get back. Jay Estime today. He's our player profile. We'll learn more about the sophomore when we get back.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
What a year. Your home improvement to-do list still isn't done. But hey, at least you still have time to get the Ford vehicle you've always wanted. Just get to the final days of our holiday sales event. See you sometime between now and January 2nd. Ford, built for the holidays.
Now get 0 for 60 plus $22.50 cash back on Escape, Edge, Explorer, and Expedition. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus Beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, time now for another player profile. It is Jay Estime, a sophomore on this team, the first recruit by Coach McGrath here, Coach. And he's a guy that's made his way into the starting lineup this season as well. And you're seeing him make the progress from freshman year to sophomore year.
Yeah, he's a lot more confident, obviously. The ball went in the basket early for him in the year. He was shooting a really good percentage from 3. He's cooled off a little bit, but, that always helps giving kids confidence when they see the ball go in the basket. But defensively, he can do a lot of things for us. He can defend a lot of different positions. He's usually in the right place at the right time, and sometimes you need that solid guy on the defensive end. And he's good enough with the ball to get some guys some shots.
So again, second year in the program, first recruit here for CB McGrath. That is Jay Estime. Tanner Barth has more now on the sophomore.
Jay Estime was CB McGrath's first recruit to put on the UNCW colors last season when he averaged nearly 6 points a game, but now headed into his sophomore campaign, Estime feels more prepared and ready to take the next step in his college basketball career.
Really just that things won't be perfect all the time and that I just have to figure it out. I mean, things will get tough. I'd have to face adversity, and now I've got the experience, and I'm ready to start my sophomore year.
Last season, the Lilburn, Georgia native played in 28 games for the Seahawks, finding playing time anywhere he could, from the point guard to sometimes even playing the 4. But this summer, the Seahawks added more depth down low, moving Estime back to his natural guard position, and it spiced up practice a bit.
It definitely created more competition in practice. We're definitely a more equal team in terms of size. So me playing the 4 last year is not as happening as much. So, I mean, I can get to compete with the guards more this year, and we're going at it.
UNCW has saw Jay knock down 23 three-pointers in his sophomore campaign. There was a time when he was in high school where he thought another sport might just be his best.
Well, I played baseball up until my sophomore year of high school. I was pretty good at it. I think I was better at baseball than basketball.
But luckily for the Seahawks, he chose to stick with the sport of basketball, and it has worked out nicely for him, averaging 8 points a game this season, and he would love nothing more than to send his upperclassmen teammates out on top at the end of the season.
I wanted to win the championship last year. I wanted to win the championship every year I'm here. So them seniors being here, I would like to do it for them.
And one of his favorite memories so far as a Seahawk is every night he gets to lace up the kicks and come through the tunnel at Trask Coliseum with the support of the home crowd.
It definitely makes the energy and atmosphere even better. Having the students come out and turning us up, it's definitely a good thing.
Here's a little gift from Molly Maid.
Honey, look at all this free time Molly Mae gave us. We could do anything with this time.
Everyone deserves some free time. Call Molly Maid today for your gift of time. 392-3234.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
What a year. Your home improvement to-do list still isn't done. But hey, at least you still have time to get the Ford vehicle you've always wanted. Just get to the final days of our holiday sales event. See you sometime between now and January 2nd. Ford, built for the holidays.
Now get 0 for 60 plus $22.50 cash back on Escape, Edge, Explorer, and Expedition. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Along the coast of North Carolina lies one of the best universities in the Southeast, the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. UNC Wilmington, giving flight to imagination.
Well, as mentioned, UNCW with 22 assists yesterday, leading to 27 made baskets. One of them is our play of the week. Let's take a look. It was a good combination yesterday. Kai Taves on the feed, the lob, and the boy going up there with one-handed dunk for Devontae Kaycock. It is our play of the week, what we've seen throughout Kaycock's career. That brings us now to our Molly Maid Glass Cleaner of the Week, and we go back to the senior here, Devontae Kaycock. He is at coach. The 3 games combined averaged over 11 rebounds, and he goes over 1,000 rebounds, 1,013 rebounds. So that gives him 42 shy of tying Keith Rendelman for number 1 overall. He'll take just 3 to move into 2nd place overall on the career rebounding list at UNCW.
He's had a great career. I mean, getting over 1,000 rebounds no matter where you play is hard to do, and he's got a great motor and probably going to be the all-time leading rebounder in the history of the program. So a lot to be proud of, and he's been fun to coach. And
this week's Molly May Glass Cleaner of the Week, once again, the senior Devontae Kaycock. Well, we take a look now at the Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week, and his running mate yesterday, Kai Taves, the 3 games, over 7 points that he scored on average, but averaging over 11 assists during that stretch. Coach's 3rd double-double of the season yesterday against Charleston as well. He wants to be the Rookie of the Year in the league and put up some great numbers.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job, obviously, with the assist totals. We're just trying to cut down the turnover totals a little bit, but he has the ball in his hands so much, and right now, he's the only true point guard we have on the roster because Ty Gaston and Jackie are injured, and so got a lot of responsibility on his plate, and he's doing a great job as a true freshman. He wasn't here all summer because he's with his national team in Japan, and so he's adjusted nicely.
We saw him knock down some shots yesterday from long range, a double-double yesterday against Charleston. It is Kai Taves, the freshman, this week's Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. We'll take our final break. When we get back, we'll look ahead to the week coming up for the Seahawks. 2 games, both on the road in conference play. We'll talk about those next.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus Beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Here's a little gift from Molly Mae.
Honey, look at all this free time Molly Mae gave us. We could do anything with this time.
Everyone deserves some free time. Call Molly Mae today for your gift of time. 392-3234.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
At Papa John's, when it comes to better ingredients, better pizza, we deliver. And now we're delivering extra value too.
When the Seahawks win, you win. Get 50% off your online order the day after a Seahawks men's or women's victory with code Seahawks.
Hey Seahawk fans, fill your basket before every game with everything you need from Harris Teeter. Delicious subs and wraps, fresh hot store-made pizza, crowd-pleasing party platters, or ready-to-serve wing trays, just to name a few. Firing up the grill, Harris Teeter Reserve Angus Beef will be the superstar of your game day meal. We guarantee it. Stop in your Harris Teeter for great savings on game day foods, or download the HT app to order ahead. Harris Teeter, where Seahawk fans shop for groceries.
Well, once again, conference play underway here. Everybody's played at least 1 game so far, so basically 5 teams 1-0, 5 teams 0-1. After that 1 game, there will be 8 teams in action today, 4 more games today. So the Seahawks and Charleston, the only 2 teams not playing 2 games here this weekend. But, Coach, you look ahead now, coming off of that first game for UNCW, and this week's schedule delivered by Papa John's. UNCW on the road take on James Madison on Thursday, Saturday at Towson. So travel partners here this year, and it should be interesting here. Madison, a team that was very young last year. Those guys, another year under their belt, and then Towson had a lot of change in their personnel, and it'll be an interesting matchup with the Tigers on Saturday as well.
Yeah, it's nice to have these travel partners. It's the first time they've done that since I've been here, obviously, and they've been talking about it for the last few years, and so it's not as much travel back and forth is the plan. But James Madison, yeah, they did have some young guards that got a lot of play last year, and they have a year under their belt, and they've been playing well this year. And so when you have guards that are confident in college basketball, it really helps. And so we'll see what happens with the Towson game. Also, they do have a lot of turnover, and we'll get that scouting report as it gets closer.
Yeah, the Dukes right now 7-7, 0-1 in the conference. So again, they play today, you don't. Is this a chance for you to kind of watch a game live and scout a little bit to see how they do in preparation for your matchup on Thursday?
Yeah, we'll watch it. We have all their games, so we'll watch quite a bit of tape and figure out the best game plan going forward, but we have a few days to work on that. Obviously 1 day more of rest more than anything for our guys.
So again, it's the Seahawks taking on James Madison Thursday on the road. Towson on Saturday. We'll have both those games for you on the Seahawk Digital Network and the Breeze as well. Thanks for joining us. We'll have highlights of those games next week for another edition of the CB McGrath Show. Have a great day, everybody.
CB McGrath Show is brought to you by your Carolina Ford dealers, Papa John's, Molly Maid, and Harris Teeter. You're watching